he actually manhandled you?
Not, no. No, he just pushed past me before I could stop him.
But you didn't invite him in?
No. I told him to get out. And he didn't take any notice. He just went rampaging through the house. And all of this in front of my daughter. That's what really annoyed me.
Has he ever done anything like this before?
Not like this, no. But what I want is to make sure that he never does it again.
Are you frightened of him?
Frightened?
Physically? I mean, are you frightened that the next time he might attack you or attack your daughter?
No, I don't think he'd ever do anything like that.
See, if we go for a court order, then that means that if he ever comes near your house again, or near to you, then he'd be liable to arrest.
Yes.
And I don't think we have enough grounds for that. Not from what you've been telling me.
What, you mean he actually has to hit me before they'll do anything?
Suppose I write him a letter, warning him that we'll apply for an order if he ever tries it again. It's up to you. I mean, if you were telling me that you were frightened of him, well, I'd go for a protection order like a shot, but...
No. No, we'll send him a letter then, if you think that's best.
I think it is at this stage. But I promise you, if that doesn't work...
Then I'll want a court order. It's my house, and I am not having him barging in there whenever he feels like it.
Morning. Oh, anything for me?
Just one.
Thank you.
You know, some people are born awkward. They are. I know he carries extra because he sells them at over the odds to them lads on the building site. I'm a good man to report him. I tried round the back, Kenneth, about you. I believe she was doing Adobe and...
I apologised, didn't I? I came round and apologised.
Yes, I know you apologised. I didn't want your apology. I didn't want you coming round here, but you don't seem to get the message.
This is hardly the way to do it, is it?
No, by the look of it, it's not. So I'll just have to go the whole hog and get a court order.
Deirdre, this is silly.
What's silly is you get that letter and you come straight round here. I don't want you round here. I've told you, and you still come. My solicitor's told you, and you still come. In a way, I'm glad you did. Because now I can go back to them and say nothing's going to work, only a court order. You just proved it.
So we don't need to talk to each other through lawyers. Sensible people do not conduct their affairs through court orders.
You won't be sensible.
I mean, if I'd offered you violence, yes. But I haven't. I don't, and I'm not going to.
I don't have to listen to this.
Deirdre, you know what I'm offering you. And you know what I'm asking. I'm offering you everything that I know how, and I'm asking you for just one thing. For God's sake, Deirdre, find it in there somewhere to forgive me and stop all this.
The nearest I'll come to forgiving you is forgetting you, if you'll let me.
And everything before? Can you forget all that as well? All those things don't just disappear like that. Everything that you ever felt before doesn't just disappear. I don't believe that.
Doesn't it? Ask Wendy Crozier. All you're offering me is emotional persecution. And I just want to put an end to it. Now get out my way. Can you believe it though, Betty? I'll send a solicitor's letter, and what's the first thing he does when he gets it?
Well, what exactly does it say in the letter?
He says don't flaming come round. God, in a way, you've got to laugh. Only he makes it very hard to keep on laughing. He just won't give up.
Yeah, but when you think about it, look, it must mean something.
Yeah, it means he's off his rocker.
No, I suppose it could mean that, well, he still loves you, really.
No, It's his male pride.
Look, don't expect too much sympathy off me. I've not had much trouble with men since my Cyril died. In fact, I've had no trouble at all. It's a long time, you know. You get used to it. You'd rather you didn't have to, though. But there comes a time, you know, and there's no more pebbles on the beach or fish in the sea. Come on, love.
Well, I've got that to look forward to then, Betty. But for now, there's better fish than him.
Did I say I'd run you down the town hall?
Yes, you did, but I won't hold you to it.
Well, do I get a bit of tea and sympathy before we go?
Well, you can have the tea. I'm not sure about the sympathy. I'm damn sure you don't deserve it. Come in. Well, I'm definitely going for a court order if I have to.
Look, Deirdre, tell me straight. Would it help if I stopped coming round?
I don't want you to stop coming round.
Oh, well, that's encouraging.
Yes, it was meant to be. I don't know why.
Right then. Stop worrying about him. The penny's bound to drop sooner or later. See how you go on.
No, I'm not going to walk home with you. I'm going to go and spend some money.
Why?
Well, I think it's time I bought myself a car, don't you? So I'm going to go and have a look.
What are you going to get? You know me flash you up.
What, on a teacher's money? No, I'll get what I can afford. Anyway, I better take you out, though. Yeah, right. Yeah, that would.
Yep, that's me laddo with the daughter. Let's just see where he goes. I believe you were asking after me.
No, sorry, you got the wrong fella. I'm just window shopping.
No, I don't think I'm making a mistake. I believe you were inquiring to my whereabouts. You see, you do remember Phil Jennings. That's Benny. He's a friend of mine, I'm glad to say. Benny, meet Kenny.
What a very strange company my wife seems to be keeping.
Oh, don't get insulting, Mr. Barlow. Your wife keeps the company she chooses. And as you know, she's a bit particular. You'd oblige everybody if you remember that.
I don't believe this.
Oh, well, believe this. You'd be doing yourself a favour and all.
Can I help you, gents?
No, I've got all the help I need.
Oh, right. Well, if anyone does want me, I'm not here, right?
I'm going to the police about this. You can do what you like. Do what you like. I'm going to the police.
You can go anywhere that takes your fancy, Kenny lad. But don't go calling on people that don't want you to call, 'cause it'll only lead to tears. Benny will tell you that. Tears, Kenny lad. Tears.
You threatening me? You're standing there just threatening me. You can't do that. You can't.
No. I'm just letting you know what it's all about. Only I don't want to have to remind you again. Remember now, Kenny lad.
Have you been a naughty boy then?
Now, Because they threatened me, you saw that.
What men was that then?
Right, Cock. Tell him.
Oh, dear.
So, you've seen him then?
Ken? Yeah, I saw him in the cabin this morning.
And?
Not a word. In fact, he never even spoke. He just picked up a paper and went.
Oh, seems to have got the message.
Looks like it. I must say, it's not what I expected.
Oh?
Well, I didn't think he'd give up without a fight. I mean, look at the way he flew round when I sent him that solicitor's letter.
Well, he's had one or two things to digest since then. Think about the consequences.
Yeah, I suppose so. When you think about what I've been through, the things I've had to put up with, and all the time it could have been stopped with one letter from my solicitor.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to have a chat with you, aren't okay. Yes, sir. What can I do for you? I want to make a complaint.
Complaint?
I've been threatened by two thugs. I don't know who one of them was, but I certainly know the other one.
Ken? Ken! This is silly.
That's what you want, isn't it?
I want you to stop bothering me. That doesn't mean to say we have to completely ignore each other.
But as it happens, it's the best way I can think of avoiding any misunderstanding, if I want to stay in good health.
I'm not with you.
Ask your friend Jennings.
Phil?
And his tame gorilla. The one who politely made it clear to me what would happen if I didn't stay away from you.
What are you on about?
Ask Jennings.
Can't believe I'm hearing this.
I still don't.
What?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was thinking of something else. What can I get you?
I'll have half a lager, please, Letty.
Glass of non-alcohol, please.
Okay.
Ken actually told you I threatened him.
Yeah, you and some thug you had in tow.
Why would he say that, I wonder?
Ken might be a lot of things, Phil, but he's not a liar. You have seen him, haven't you?
Yes, merely in passing, as God's my judge. And as for this thug I had in tow, he's an office clerk. Chronic asthma, bronchitis, he wouldn't have the strength to...
139, love.
Keep the change, love.
Oh, thank you.
Go on, you were saying. You and Ken passed the time of day.
Well, it was evening, actually. Benny, my clerk, he wanted to look at a motor he was after buying. Well, he's a good lad, and I know the family, so I went along with him just to make sure he didn't get ripped off.
And you met Ken?
Purely by chance. He was looking at motors as well. Until he saw me, that is. Small places, these car lots, Deirdre. Hard to ignore a guy who's burning holes in your overcoat with his eyes.
Yeah, that sounds like Ken. Go on.
Well, I didn't want Benny upset. Not in his condition. So I moved over to Ken for a brief word.
But you didn't threaten him?
Would I? Oh, come on. I merely pointed out how difficult he was making things for you and for himself. An effort to appeal to his better nature, if you like.
Well, I wish you hadn't, Phil. Promise me, if you see him again...
Oh, of course I want to see him again. I want to get
No.
this sort...
Just forget it, okay?
If you say so. Well, now that you know I didn't threaten him, does that make me less attractive to you?
No, I was never really a part of that circle, you understand, Ken. Just came into contact on the odd occasion.
And what circle is that, Alec? The vicious circle?
Oh, rum lads, right enough, yes. Mind you, reputations were generally undeserved.
Grievous bodily harm is rather damning, wouldn't you say?
Oh, well, he were an exception with Phil Smith.
Smith, alias Jennings. Anyway, I'd be grateful for any other charming snippets that you can recall from Mr. Jennings' past.
It's a memory, you see, Ken. It's, you know, it's a long time ago. I tell you what, have another drink and then let me pound the old brain box. Phil Smith.
Tracy,
Catch up.
we have a word.
Not now, Dad. I've got PE.
Simple.
Yeah, okay then.
It's about your mum.
Nothing's happened to her, has it?
No, nothing's happened to her. Well, not yet, anyway.
What do you mean, not yet?
Well, that's what I want to talk to you about. Look, this isn't easy for me, but, well, I need your help. I mean, you're the one who's closest to your mother.
Is she in some sort of trouble or something?
Well, she could be if she keeps seeing Phil Jennings.
Oh, that.
No, hang on a minute. Just let me finish.
Well, you're like that with everyone who she goes out with.
Yeah, but it's got nothing to do with that. I just don't want that man hurting your mother, and that could very easily happen.
He's dead nice. He took us to a dead good bonfire. He treats her like royalty.
Yeah, well, he would, wouldn't he? I mean, your mother's a very influential person locally. She's very useful to someone like him.
How?
Well, he's a businessman. If he could find out what's going on inside the council, he could make a lot of money.
My mum would tell him council secrets.
Not knowingly, no. But people like Jennings are very clever, and the first thing they do is get into your confidence.
He's not like that.
I'm afraid he's very like that. He's the sort of man who'll do anything to get his own way. Even resort to violence. He's already threatened me.
Look, Dad, I've got to go.
Tracy, please, love. Don't just dismiss all this. I want you to make me a promise. It's not for me, it's for your mother. Keep your eyes and ears open, and if there's anything at all, about the man or the way he's dealing with your mother that worries you or makes you feel uneasy, then come and see me. Now, will you do that for me?
Hello, this is Phil Jennings' office. I'm sorry I can't take your call at the moment, but if you'd like to leave a message, please do so after the tone.
Hello, Phil. This is Deirdre again. I'll speak to you later. Bye. Hi, love. Oh, is it that time already? I haven't even started your tea yet.
What are you doing?
Oh, just council business. Nothing earth-shattering.
Do you ever have to deal with out important?
Yeah, sometimes.
Like what?
Well, like deciding who does what and where and how much it costs.
What exactly do you mean?
Well, we're responsible for spending a lot of money sometimes, and we have to decide about giving out contracts to various firms and businesses, and we just have to make sure we pick the right ones.
And are you involved with all that then?
Sometimes. Why all the interest all of a sudden?
Oh, nothing. We're just doing it in civics in school, that's all. Just so you'd know.
Sounds interesting.
Not really. It's like everything else in school.
Hey, I'll tell you something really interesting if you want.
What?
Percy Sugden caught a burglar today.
I already know about that, Mum. Everyone knows about that.
Oh, well, I suppose they would. Hello?
Hi, is this a bad time to drop by?
No, of course it's not. Come in. Fancy a cup of coffee?
Yeah, great. Oh, you're in the middle of something.
Nothing, it'll keep. It's only council business.
Anything interesting?
Not as interesting as your business, I'll bet. I mean, it's you that's prowling around a big, exciting jungle, isn't it? It certainly isn't me.
No, me at the minute. Dead quiet right now. Oh, with one exception. Your ex has been kicking up a fuss about me. I call him your ex. I shouldn't really, because he's not your ex, is he?
Oh, he is. Very, very ex. He might not accept it, but he is. What do you mean, kicking up a fuss?
Saying I'm not a nice man, complaining about me.
Who to?
Local bobbies. Seems he went round the station, told them the same tale he told you, that I'd been threatening him with violence.
I see. So, the police hauled you in to get your side of it, I take it?
You're joking. Sent him packing with his tail between his legs, told him his story didn't stand up. Well, it wouldn't. I told you that, didn't I?
If the police didn't get your side of the story, how do you know about it?
Ah, well, you see, I've got friends in high places.
In the police force, obviously.
Certainly. I'm not a snob. And you noticed that by now. Right, I'll be off then. Oh, listen, do you get abroad much?
Chance would be a fine thing.
Yeah, I've got a passport, though.
Yeah, I've got a passport somewhere. Why?
Well, I get over to France now and then, Germany sometimes, on business. But I'd rather combine it with pleasure, so I was wondering if you'd fancy coming with me. I've got nothing planned at the minute, but maybe next time. Or if abroad's too rich for your blood, how about London?
I'm not sure about that, Phil.
Oh, worried what Ken might say?
No. I don't give a damn what Ken does or says or thinks. I make my own decisions.
Right, good. Well, I mean, all this housework, council work, there's got to be more to life for a young woman.
Thank you for the young.
I mean it. There's got to be a bit of fun, Deirdre. Think about it, that's all I'm saying. See ya.
Oh, no, I'm not going to my flat just yet. I'll walk up the street with you. No, I'm heading into Manchester to do some research.
What about?
Well, strictly between you and me, your mum's pal, Phil Jennings. I've got a contact with the newspapers in town. They're going to let me go through the cuttings library.
Well, what exactly are you trying to find out about him?
Well, I'm not sure, but I'll know when I find it. I told you his name wasn't really Jennings, didn't I? It's Smith. And he's been in prison for violence.
You're not going to go and upset me mum, are you?
I'd never upset your mum, love. I'm trying to protect her. I know this man Jennings is no good, but she can't see that. So if any harm does come to her, it'll be Jennings doing, not mine. That's why I want you to keep your eyes open. Anything you see, anything.
I'll see you, Dad.
And don't forget, it's strictly our secret, you and me. Okay? Bye, love.
Bye.
Hi, Tracy. How did your day go?
All right.
Good. Had sausages grab you for your tea?
Well, actually, I don't want any tea.
Well, there's a novelty. Usually come in starving hungry. But you're having something
No,
when you're...
listen, I'm going back out again in a minute. Go and meet Graham, then might go for a pizza or something. That's why I don't want nothing now.
Who's this, Graham?
Graham Edgerton.
Oh, no wiser. Who is he?
Oh, he's just a lad from school.
Oh, not your fiancé then, or your investment counsellor. I mean, you would mention these things, wouldn't you?
Don't be silly. No, he's just a lad, just a friend.
Well, nice when you've got a few. Yeah, OK, love. But listen, if you don't have anything to eat, tell me when you come in. And I want you back here by 8 o'clock, OK?
8 o'clock, Mum?
1, so you can do your homework, and don't tell me you haven't got any. And 2, I'm going out tonight. Phil Jennings is taking me for a meal. You see, you're not the only one with friends.
I know. Mum?
Yeah.
No, it don't matter.
Evening. Jerry Donlan. He said it's all right if I popped in to raid the files. My name's Barlow.
I know. Nice to see you again, Mr. Barlow. Betty Street, 3A.
Linda.
Patterson.
Linda Patterson. Yeah, good. Well, it's been over 20 years since I taught you, and of course you've changed a bit since then.
Well, you haven't.
Oh.
Actually, Jerry told me you'd be coming in. I was wondering what you'd look like. And you're in newspapers too now, aren't you? The Gazette, I heard.
I was, yeah, not anymore though. No, I've gone back to teaching.
You were a good teacher. I always enjoyed your classes.
Oh, that's nice to hear. Really, very nice.
Anyway, whatever you want, if we've got it, I'll find it for you.
Well, I'm interested in a man called Jennings, first name Phil or Philip, local businessman. I'd like everything you've got on him. Everything.
Well, that's everything under his name, and there don't seem to be any cross-references.
Kicking off at a charity football match in aid of underprivileged kids. It's all a front.
What's he up to, this chap?
Well, in general, no good. In particular, that's what I'd like to find out. His name hasn't always been Jennings, by the way.
Oh, well, I can try under his previous name if you know it.
Yeah, Smith, I'm afraid.
You don't make things too easy, do you? You were exactly the same at school. First name? Philip then as well?
I'm not sure. Probably. He's got a criminal record under Smith, if that's any help.
Look, I'm going to be getting busy in a minute. There'll be reporters in wanting cuttings in a hurry. I'll have to search the Smiths tomorrow, I'm afraid.
I understand. I'm sorry to put you to all this trouble.
Oh, it's a pleasure. If you like, I can ask some of the reporters if they know anything. Harry Walsh, who does the diary news, he hears all sorts of things. And Jimmy Hilton, who does the business news.
Yes, please. I'd be grateful. Right, well, I've taken up far too much of your time as it is. Thanks again, Linda. It's been really nice seeing you again.
Yes, has for me too.
Bye.
Bye.
Who was that?
He used to teach me at school when I was a kid. I thought he was Mr. Wonderful.
OK.
Fine, please, Alec.
The very man. I've got some news for you, Kenneth, about your friend Smith, alias Jennings.
Oh.
Well, you know I've got this new accountant. Well, the old one was worse than useless. He thought 2 and 2 made 4, he did. I mean, what good's that to anybody in business, eh? No, this new one's far more creative.
Yeah, well, what about Jennings, though?
Oh, well, according to him, he reckons the Inland Revenue lads are interested in Mr. Jennings and his enterprises. And quite right, too. He's the sort they should be getting tough with, not hard-working licensees.
Thanks, Alec. Have a drink.
Oh, have a small Irish with you.
Don't be grumpy.
I am not being grumpy. It's just no way to be going on, doing your homework at breakfast time. And I bet you told Auntie Emily you didn't have any homework last night, didn't you?
She didn't ask. Have you got a hangover?
No!
Didn't you enjoy yourself last night, then?
I have every right to reprimand you, young lady. You promised me you would do your homework while I was out. Just because I tick you off doesn't mean to say I'm hungover or that I didn't enjoy myself. You must know, I had a terrific time. The meal was smashing.
Where'd you go?
Anton's on your place.
That's really posh. Fiona Marshall's father takes all his girlfriends there.
What, all at once?
How much did it cost?
I haven't a clue, I'm pleased to say.
He's loaded, isn't he, Phil Jennings?
How would I know? Yes, he probably is. Now get on with your homework.
Do you know Graham?
Graham in your class, yeah?
I think he could be like Phil Jennings when he's older.
Could he?
He's quite sensible. He's got a good head for money and things like that.
Ah, good for Graham.
I've asked him round for tea tonight, all right?
Yeah. Fine, love. If that's what you want, yeah.
So don't do alphabet spaghetti, right?
Burgers?
Yeah, that's fine. We'll come straight from school. Right, I'll just do these maths.
It's called Graham.
Well, he sounds like a nice lad.
I thought boys these days were all called Darren and Wayne and things like that.
Clint, Shane. Tracy talks about her classmates from school and it sounds like a roll call from Dodge City.
My lads never bring girlfriends back. I think it's because there's two of them. Each one's scared of what the other one will do.
Actually, it's times like this I wish I had two. I mean, half of me is going to feel like a responsible parent and the other half like a gooseberry. What do I do? They want to go upstairs to a room together and play tapes. Do I let them?
Why not? They're not going to get up to anything.
Well, I should hope not. She's only 13.
And very responsible and level-headed.
That sounds like famous last words to me, Emily.
If she's like this now, how's she going to be when Tracy's 16?
Yeah, don't worry, Deirdre. By the time she's 16, she'll have given you 3 grandchildren.
Oh, don't. Your mum's not going to be worried where you are, is she, Graham?
Mum?
No, I said I was coming here. She's got the phone number.
Oh, good.
In case anything goes wrong.
Are you expecting something to go wrong?
Well, just in case. Thank you for the burgers. They were very nice.
Oh, you're welcome. Did you have enough?
Yes, thanks. 2's plenty.
Anything to drink? Tea? Orange, Tracy?
We're drinking Coke, Mum.
Oh, sorry. Oh, 2 Cokes then.
I've had plenty, thanks, Mrs. Barlow.
You sure?
Yes, thanks. 2's plenty for me.
Tracy, can I get you one?
No, Ta.
Tracy tells me you're very good at maths, Graham.
Yes, I am.
Oh, well, that's good, isn't it?
He's very good.
Oh, well, that's smashing. You going to be an accountant or something, Graham?
Well, I don't want to rush into anything. You see, I'm also interested in drama.
Oh.
I want to explore all the options before rushing into anything.
How old are you, Graham?
Nearly 14.
Well, I think you've got a week or two before you've got to make your mind up.
Yes, Mr. Barlow's very good for drama.
Yes, I had heard.
Sorry, Mrs. Barlow, I forgot.
It's all right, Graham. You can talk about Mr. Barlow.
Thanks. I must say I was very sorry to hear you were separated.
Really?
But these things happen, I'm afraid. Very sad. Anyway, I won't go on about it. I hope you don't mind my mentioning it.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, we're all grown-ups here, aren't we?
It's sad how often it happens these days, isn't it? Marriages breaking up. A sign of the times, I suppose.
Yes. Tracy, I wonder if you'd like to take Graham up to your room and play some tapes while I just clear the table.
Do you want to, Graham?
OK, yes. Sounds like a lot of fun. Thanks again for the meal, Mrs. Barlow. Excellent.
Do you like Bobby Brown?
I'm not sure.
I think Graham might be quite fond of Victor Sylvester.
No, I haven't heard of him.
Bye, Gail.
Bye, Gail.
He was 14 going on 53. I half expected him to give me 50p and send me out for an ice cream.
But did you let them upstairs together?
Let them? I sent them. Anything to get shot of him for an hour.
Oh, well, Tracy likes him.
No, he's probably very nice and she could do a lot worse. All the same, I wouldn't like to get stuck in a lift with him.
Deirdre? Liz?
Hello.
Hi, Ken. What can I get you?
Fine, please. Can I get out of you to...
No, I'm fine, thank you.
No, I'm okay. Thanks, Ken.
Oh, by the way, I hear there are romantic developments, if that's a phrase in Tracy's world.
Well?
Anything I should know about?
Why? You're thinking of reporting it to the police?
Deirdre?
Well, that's what you did to Phil Jennings, isn't it? Despicable. Most people grow out of telling tales when they're 5. Excuse me, Liz. I think it's my bedtime.
There we are.
Ah, Deirdre. If I ask a civil question, could that be construed as harassment?
It's too early in the morning for sarcasm.
Last night, you knew I'd been to the police about Phil Jennings.
So?
Well, how did you find out? I didn't tell anybody.
Phil mentioned it.
Ah, did he now? Oh, your new chum evidently has friends in interesting places.
What's wrong with that?
Deirdre, whatever you are, you're not stupid. He's got a bent copper in his pocket.
Oh, I'd have expected you to put that construction on it. I suppose he's got half the government on his payroll as well.
Well, I don't know about the government, but I'd be amazed if there weren't a few councillors.
Including me.
Probably a part of his long-term plans, yes. I'm not saying you collude.
Do you know what you are, Ken? You're sick. You're paranoid.
Because I care enough about you and Tracy to worry about the sort of trash you get involved with.
Don't bother. I can look after both of us.
You no need to bother either. I can find my own way to work.
Linda!
I'm sorry to disturb you.
Oh, you're not. Come in, come in. Go on up. Go through. Yeah, it's not exactly a palace, I'm afraid.
Only you did ask me to get in touch if I found out anything more about Phil Jennings.
And have you?
Well, nothing specific. Is something burning?
Oh, not again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've called it a bad time.
There's no such thing as a good time in this dump. I'm sorry, that's my problem. Now, as you were saying about Jennings.
Oh, yes. It's just that I heard a whisper from one of the journalists that he's been investigated by the tax people.
So they have got something on him.
Presumably. Jeff says he'll keep me informed.
Good, good. Well, let's just hope whatever it is, they make it stick.
Am I allowed to ask why you're so interested in this character?
Why not? He's my wife's boyfriend. Can I offer you some tea and toast? Uncharred this time.
Oh, hi, come in. I'm nearly ready.
Good. That's what I like, a girl that doesn't hang about.
It's not just Deirdre. As she succinctly puts it, she can take care of herself. But Tracy's only 13.
She's your adopted daughter?
Well, technically, yes, but she feels more like my own than my real daughter. Susan was brought up by a gran after my first wife died. We were never very close.
Poor Mr. Barlow. You've really been through it, haven't you?
Not Mr. Barlow, please. Ken. You make me feel like I'm still teaching you in 3A.
Why are you really so peeved by this Jennings bloke?
I told you, he's a shady character. And I don't like him associating with my family.
You're still in love with her, aren't you?
I love her, yes. But in love, I don't think I know what that is anymore, other than an overheated emotion that causes you to act off balance and out of control and eventually wrecks your life.
You sound very bitter.
Well, any man who's been as big a fool as I have is entitled to be a little caustic about human frailty, especially his own.
Right. Fly me to Malibu.
Actually, I wasn't totally joking.
No, of course you weren't. Only you really meant Rio de Janeiro, or was it Acapulco?
Well, nowhere that exotic. Well, not this trip anyway. But how do you feel about London?
What, tonight?
Next weekend. I've got to go down on business, and it's a damn boring trip down the motorway on your own.
Well, I've had more flattering reasons for the pleasure of me company.
Well, I'm just trying to be laid back about it. I know what a touchy madam you are.
Am I?
No. No, you're a newly independent lady just finding her newly independent little legs. But the scars are still very raw. And there's don't come too close in case I get hurt signs flashing all the time.
I didn't realise you were so perceptive.
I know. You just thought I was this big macho block of wood.
Well, I just didn't think you went in much for analysing feelings. But since you have, no, I don't want to get hurt again. Twice was once too many.
That's why I'm talking about just having fun. Fun with a capital F. Your life seems to have been remarkably short of it, till now. And I'm here to redress that balance.
How can I say no?
You can't. That's why you're coming to London with me next weekend.
Just not so fast. I've got a 13-year-old daughter to consider, you know.
Yes, and she's got a father that dotes on her, even if he didn't on you. So she can stay with him for a couple of days.
You're a real fixer, aren't you?
That's what I'm good at, sweetheart. Now, come on. The maitre d' at this place is a monster. If we're late, he'll start swearing at us in 7 different languages.
Yeah, you just swear back at him in 7 more.
You're damn right.
You certainly put some hours in for that council, don't you?
Oh, you don't know the half of it. Actually, it was that I wanted to see you about.
Me?
Well, you said you'd give me a hand delivering my council newsletter again.
Oh, right. Weekend, you said?
I was wondering if you could give me a couple of hours on Thursday afternoon.
Thursday? I thought you were leaving it till the weekend.
I'm not likely to be here over the weekend.
Oh.
I may be going to London. Phil's asked me to go with him.
I see.
What do you see?
Well, I know you've been seeing a bit of this Phil Jennings. I mean, I'd have had to have my head in a bucket not to. But, well, going away with him for the weekend, I mean, that's something else, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose it is. And no doubt tongues will be wagging. But I think that's my business, don't you?
Of course I do. And good luck to you. It's just... Well, if he's all right by you, that's all that matters, isn't it?
Yes, it is. That is certainly the way I see it. Oh, Alec, just the fellow I wanted to see.
Well, will it wait half an hour?
No, it won't.
All right, what is it?
Gossip, Alec. Idle gossip that can often turn malicious and get folk into trouble.
I'm not with you.
Well, some people around here, most people, as it happens, seem to be under the impression that Phil Jennings has got something to hide. That he's not all he'd like folk to think he is.
I don't know where they get that from.
Don't you? I do.
Well, he's bound to set tongues wagging, isn't he? I mean, a fella like that round here. Flash car, wallet to match. People are bound to ask questions.
And you know all the answers, do you?
Of course I don't.
I'll tell you what you do know, Alec. You know that at one time he was known as Smith and not Jennings, and that he used to knock around with some mates who used to frequent your graffiti club who you reckon were undesirables.
Now, look, if you're accusing me of making things
I
up...
am just pointing out that we all have skeletons in our cupboard. Skeletons we'd sooner were locked away forever, including you. And if Phil Jennings decides to pay you back, in kind, I'm sure he could come up with a lot more than you bargained for. Anyway, I won't keep you, Alec. I think we understand each other.
You driving, fella? How quiet, I take it?
Yeah, too quiet for my liking.
Well, it's always too quiet for your liking, unless, of course, the punters happen to be standing on each other's heads.
Bet.
What?
Would you say I'm a gossip?
If it'll make you happy, you're a gossip.
No, you know what I mean.
You're not still bothered about what Deirdre said.
Yes, I am, as a matter of fact. I found it very, very hurtful. As landlord of this establishment, I do become party to bits of information about my customers, as you well know. And there are times when I consider it in their best interest to pass it on. And what thanks do I get for that? Accused of hawking malicious gossip all over town.
And it just isn't true.
Thank you.
You haven't breathed a word about Phil Jennings to the Flying Horse crib team, to my knowledge. Yes, love?
Yeah, I know it's short notice, Mr. Makin, but something's come up and I must get it out before weekend. Well, Thursday morning would be great, or Wednesday afternoon would be even better. You can? Oh, that's marvellous. Thank you very much, Mr. Makin. Don't worry, I won't make a habit of it. OK, bye now.
Hiya.
Hello, love, you're early. I wasn't expecting you for another 10 minutes.
Oh, I got a lift.
A lift?
From Phil, he's just come in.
Tracy.
What?
I've been meaning to have a word with you about something. It's about this weekend.
Oh, about London, you mean?
How did you know about that?
Sorry, I mentioned it.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you'll have a great time. Just go and get myself a sandwich, I'm starving.
I only have one, mind you. Your tea will be ready in half an hour.
I'm sorry. I thought you'd have told her.
No, I hadn't. I was waiting for a suitable moment.
Well, she doesn't seem too bothered.
No, she doesn't.
Do you know, when I think about it, I'm not even sure you said you were definitely coming with me.
It doesn't look as if there's anything to stop me now, does it?
Couldn't interest you in a couple of magazines as well, could I? I mean, a fella like you, part-time job, time on his hands, not much on telly.
You must be joking. Just as minute got in, I got a pile of marking a mile high to wade into. I'll be lucky if I have time for a sandwich tonight.
Still, you wouldn't swap it for the world, eh?
Well, there are worse jobs, so I'm told.
Oh, I don't think I could do it. Spend all day with young people like that.
Oh, they're not that bad. Well, not most of them, anyway. Certainly not as bad as they're painted, that's for sure. I'm not saying there aren't one or two tearaways, mind you.
Of course, I blame the parents myself.
For having them in first place, you
For
mean?
setting a bad example. I mean, look how many juvenile delinquents come from broken homes.
Yes, well, now you've sorted out the juvenile behaviour problems, perhaps you could sort me out. Go and put kettle on.
And I better be going, anyway.
Yeah, all right. Bye, love.
You didn't think I meant Tracy.
Doesn't matter what I think, does it?
Right, I've done the pots. I'll go and do my homework now.
Right. Oh, before you start, give me Lindsay's phone number.
What for?
So I can ring her mum and ask her if it's all right if you stop there this weekend.
Lindsay Barrett, you must be joking.
I thought she was your best friend.
Best friend after what she's been saying about Graham. If you ask me, it's just because she's jealous.
Oh, I see.
Oh, stop worrying. It's no problem. I'll go and start with my dad.
Ken, you got a minute?
You want to speak to me?
I just wondered if you'd mind having Tracy for the weekend.
Oh, she's always welcome, you know that. Of course I would.
Oh, right. I'll send her round on Friday tea time then.
Fine. Friday night, Saturday morning, whenever she likes.
No, Friday would be more convenient, if you don't mind.
Oh, I see. This is not just a generous gesture on your part. You want a babysitter, right?
Well, I am going away for the weekend, as it happens, but that's not why I asked you. I'm going to London to do some Christmas shopping. No objections, I hope.
Not with Phil Jennings, I suppose.
I could be, though I don't see it's any concern of yours.
Oh, of course. He'll be spending a lot of time in London, I imagine. Dare say he's consulting the best accountants he can get, though whether they'll get him off the hook is another matter.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, didn't you know? The Inland Revenue are investigating him. I thought it was common knowledge. Now, when did you say it would be most convenient for you?
I wasn't asking you for a favour, Ken. But if you choose to interpret it like that, just forget it. She can stay with Emily.
Anyway, love, if you're free, you're welcome.
Right, I'll put it in my diary.
Even if you don't dine out.
Are you sure you won't have a cup of tea?
Ta, but no. By the way, take no notice of that gossiping yesterday. If you want to go to London, you go. It's up to you and Phil Jennings and nobody else.
And Tracy.
Does she not want you to go?
Oh, she'd be glad to get rid of me for a while. Give her a break from me going on about her homework all the time. Oh, the problem is, she wants to stop with Ken.
And you don't want her to?
Well, suits me fine, but he's decided to make difficulties.
No problem. She can stop with us. She'd have a whale of a time.
Oh, Bet, that is wonderful. Do you mean it? Are you sure you don't mind?
Of course I don't.
Oh, hang on a minute. Maybe it's not such a good idea after all.
Why not?
Well, it'd be playing right into Ken's hands, wouldn't it? I mean, can you imagine? He'd tell everybody I was neglecting her. She'd consort him with a criminal while she was farmed out in some seedy backstreet boozer surrounded by a load of drunks and perverts.
Thanks a bunch, pal.
His words, not mine, Bet. No, thanks for the offer, but I daren't risk it. In fact, I think I might be better off forgetting the whole business.
Listen, love, if you want my advice for what it's worth, you want to start putting yourself first. Take no notice of what Ken or anybody else says.
Oh, he's devious, Bet.
Maybe he is, but what's the alternative? You can't let him run your life forever, afraid to go out, meet new people, just because of what he says. You've got to start again, haven't you?
I know I have.
And if you need any help, I'm only next door.
Thanks, Bet.
In the den of vice.
You know what I'd do if I were Deirdre? I'd go off on the QE2 on my own.
Ah, knowing her luck, she'd bump into a rich widower with a couple of kids and a private tutor.
So what's wrong with that?
And Ken a bit private tutor.
Well, I know Ken's making things difficult for Deirdre, but I don't think he's doing it out of revenge. It's because he loves her.
Well, I think he should have thought of that this time last year when he was having an affair.
We all make mistakes. You've just got to start again from where you left off. That's what he's trying to do. I think he's genuinely concerned in case she gets involved with somebody who let her down. It can happen.
Can I get you something?
Do you mind if I have a word?
Yes.
Or would you rather I put it in writing and posted it?
I'll see you outside. Tracy, love. Here's some money. Your dad wants a word. I won't be a minute. Well?
About this weekend.
I don't want to discuss it.
Not your weekend. Mine and Tracy's. I'd like her to come and stay with me, and she's welcome to come whenever she likes. That's what you want, isn't it?
I don't suppose this turnabout has got anything to do with filling her head with gangster stories.
Oh, Phil Jennings, you mean? I won't even mention his name. Besides, Tracy's an intelligent girl. I'm sure she can see through him without any help from me.
Tracy, I've made you a drink, love.
Coming.
Do you want a sandwich as well?
No, thanks. So where are you stopping then? I bet it's somewhere dead posh.
Oh, no idea. Phil's fixed it up. Might be a doss house in Paddington.
Might not know.
Are you sure you don't mind, love, me going off for the weekend?
Of course I don't. Anything's better than living with a frustrated middle-aged mother.
I beg your pardon.
You heard?
I am not frustrated. Come to that, I'm not middle-aged either.
You're dead funny when you get worked up.
I'm not worked up.
You are?
Can't win, can I?
No. Of course I don't mind you going. I hope you have a great time.
Oh, thanks, love. It means a lot to me, does that?
Well, like I said, anything's better than living
I'll thump you in a minute. I wasn't expecting to see you this evening. I'll go and get the bottle opener.
No, you don't have to open it now.
Oh, you must know. I'd be glad of an excuse to sit down and relax.
Well, I'm not stopping.
Oh.
No, I just call round to see if we're still on for the weekend.
At this moment in time, I think so. Had you called earlier, no.
Why? What's the problem?
Well, let's just say if you fancy getting a job on social services, don't go to my husband for a reference because you won't even get an interview.
Quite honestly, I don't give a monkey's what he thinks about me.
It's not what he thinks. It's what he's been saying to other people.
Like what?
Like you're being investigated by the tax people. Like you're some sort of criminal.
And that worries you?
Well, yes, it does. I mean, all these rumours rub off on me, especially with me being a counsellor. To tell you the truth, Phil, I'm in two minds about the whole business.
Well, that's for you to decide. If you want a quiet life, maybe you should bail out now. On the other hand, do you want to give in to a load of busybodies spreading idle gossip which may or may not be true?
I've had to put up with idle gossip before.
Me too, so you're in good company.
Oh, I'll regret it. I know I will. But what the heck? Make you something to eat if you want, love. Phil won't be here for another half hour.
I told you, my dad said not to have anything to eat.
Oh, he's making you your tea, is he?
I think we might be going out.
Oh, well, you won't be eating out all weekend, will you? I don't know, though. You might be better off.
My dad can cook. He's had plenty of practice lately, hasn't he?
I don't know, love. Haven't really given it any thought. Have you got everything you need for this weekend?
Yeah. I'm taking all my tapes.
Oh, that'll be a treat for your dad. Have a nice time, love. And will you tell your dad I'll be back about 7-ish on Sunday night?
About 7-ish, right?
That's unless the motorway's jam-packed, but I shouldn't think it will be on a Sunday. Give us a kiss.
See ya.
Aren't you going to say have a nice time in London?
Oh, you'll have a nice time, all right. I suppose Phil will be spending plenty of money, so you're bound to.
You're turning into a right little cynic, aren't you?
I wonder why.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, what do you think?
You look great.
It's not too much, is it? I mean, you would say.
No, I think it's fabulous.
Hang on. Hello? Oh, hi, Phil. I'm already in waiting. Why? What's the matter? But can't you... Oh, Phil. No, you're not. Well, if you can't, you can't. Oh, OK. I'll see you. Bye. Oh, would you believe it? The trip's off.
Oh, no. What, is he sick or something?
Not half as sick as I am. Now it's his flipping slot machine empire. One of his managers has skipped with the takings, or so he says.
You think it's an excuse?
No. If Phil had gone off me, I think he'd just be brutally frank. No, I think he's telling the truth. Doesn't make me feel any better, though. I was all geared up for this weekend, mentally, physically, everything. Now look at me, all dressed up with nowhere to go.
Come on, let's go for a drink.
What, to the Rovers? Oh, no, forget it. It'll be, oh, I thought you were going away this weekend till I'm sick. And do you know what really gets me? Ken.
How do you mean?
Well, I can just hear him. Oh, boyfriend let you down, has he? Oh, dear, oh, dear. I mean, he'd be so chuffed. And then he'll say, well, I can cater for 3 just as easily as 2. Why don't you stop and have something to eat with me and Tracy? You'd like that, wouldn't you, Tracy? God, I could spit. Liz, have you got the van tonight?
Yeah.
Would you do me a favour? Run me to Piccadilly Station.
Of course I will, but...
I've been promised a weekend away. I am going to have a weekend away. I'm going to London, so what the heck?
Good for you. If I'd have an excuse, I'd be with you.
Right, well, I thought we'd have lunch here.
What?
I thought we'll have lunch here, and then this afternoon I've got something in mind that I think you'll enjoy.
Yeah, OK. It's not a trip to Chester Zoo, is it?
No, no. What put that idea in your head?
I just wondered. Debbie Wrigley goes staying with her dad every weekend. She says he keeps taking her to Chester Zoo.
Oh, no. Well, actually...
I'll get to
Audrey,
Hi,
come in.
Ken. Hi, Teresa. Ken, don't think I'm being awkward, because it's not me, but do you think you could turn the music down just a bit?
We could. With pleasure.
Well, I like it myself, the music, only it's Alf, you know what he's like. But, so if you just keep it down a shade, you'll be making an old man very happy, Teresa.
2, if the truth be known.
Is it out ever go out for an hour, Dad? Meeting Graham?
Graham Edgerton, you mean?
Yeah, he's got to get some new trainers.
Right, OK, well, we'll be eating at 1, right?
Right. See ya.
Bye. Bye,
love. Oh, meeting a boyfriend.
Well, he's a friend from school.
Growing up, isn't she? I mean, they're women before you know it. Actually, I was just thinking the other day, isn't she getting like Deirdre?
Yeah, well, I thought she might possibly have been with you. No. Oh, well, anyway, sorry to trouble you. Oh, it's all right. I think I can hear it. Oh, fine. Now, where on earth have you been?
Was it Graham's?
Hello, Mr. Barlow.
The other time, you were going out for an hour. That was 3 hours ago.
Well, it's Saturday. Anyway, can Graham stop and have his tea with us?
I'm trying to find out what happened to lunch.
Graham's mum made us some.
But I was making us a meal.
I'll see you at school, OK. Bye, Mr. Barlow.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks very much.
I told you I wanted you here at 1.
All right, I'm a little bit late. I'm sorry. But there's no need to go shouting at me like I was some little kid and in front of Graham.
Well, that's because you're behaving like a little kid. I had tickets for the matinee at the Royal Exchange, which started 20 minutes ago.
Oh, well, you should have told me.
It was going to be a surprise.
Well, I can't help that. I'm not a mind reader, and you've shown me up in front of Graham now.
Oh, well. I suppose I'll just have to chalk the whole thing up to experience.
Well, I won't. Definitely not back yet.
Sunday tea time, she said she'd be back. It's nearly 9:30.
They're probably stuck in a traffic jam.
They're all lingering over their double brandies.
You can come in, Dad. You don't have to stand out there.
I don't think so. Your mother throw a fit if she knows set foot inside her front door as it is. Right, come on. You better get your school things.
What for?
Well, you have to come back with me.
Again?
Yeah. I mean, God knows what time she'll be back, and I'm not having you up till all hours. One of your parents has got to have some sense of responsibility.
She's not there.
She's still not back?
Well, a case in there, and a bed hasn't been slept in.
I'm sorry, Tracy. I don't like criticising your mother in front of you, but this really is unforgivable.
Do you think something's happened to her?
Oh, I'll tell you what's happened. She's fallen under the influence of a totally unscrupulous little creep who's making her more selfish than he is. Right, come on.
Where are we going?
School, of course. The world as we know it has to go on, even if Mother has decided to spin off into an orbit of her own.
Yeah, but shouldn't we wait for her?
Yeah, well, what for? On current form, she may well not turn up till Christmas. Come on. Well, finally remembered you've got a daughter, have you?
Beg your pardon?
Oh, don't start, Dad. It's all right now. She's back.
Yeah, about 24 hours too late.
What are you talking about, Ken?
Got too carried away having a good time to remember what day it was, did you? Although I can see he's not gentleman enough to bring you home to your own doorstep.
Didn't you get my message?
What message?
I rang your dad's flat last night.
Oh, we're out. We went bowling then for a burger.
Then I rang Emily's and left a message with Percy. I asked him to tell you that I'll be stopping till today.
Oh, well, we didn't get a message, did we?
Well, I don't understand that, because I asked him to repeat it to me as well. Anyway, I'm back now. Shall we get the kettle on?
Yeah. Did you buy me anything?
Oh, I see. Not, did you have a nice time? Good to have you back. Yes, I did, as it happens. In Harrods, no less.
Harrods?
Yeah.
Bye, Dad. Thanks for a nice weekend.
Oh, thanks, Mum. They're brilliant.
Oh, you're welcome, lovey. And I'm sorry about that scene earlier on.
It wasn't your fault. My dad's dead naughty these days. He went berserk on Saturday just 'cause we were a few minutes late. It was dead embarrassing in front of Graham and all.
Oh, well, I don't suppose that would have helped. It's always a bit of a shock to fathers when the daughter brings her first boyfriend home. How did the rest of the weekend go?
All right.
Only all right?
You and Phil aren't going away again soon, are you?
Actually, I didn't go with Phil. He couldn't make it at the last minute.
So who did you go with?
Nobody. And I had a smashing time. Don't look like that. I mean it, I did. That's why I stopped on another night.
All by yourself?
All by myself. Oh, hello.
Whoops, hang on. I'll go and get my thermal vest.
You didn't expect a warm welcome, did you?
Well, I thought I might at least get invited through the front door.
I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed then.
Oh, listen, love, I don't blame you being annoyed. But it was something I couldn't walk away from.
It really doesn't matter.
Oh, but it does. I can see it does. And I'm here to make it right. Where were you anyway? I've been phoning you all weekend.
London.
What?
I'd made arrangements to go to London, so that's where I went.
On your own?
No, I took a platoon of the Lancashire Fusiliers with me. Of course, on my own.
Well, I must say, I'm very impressed.
Don't be so damn patronising. You know, you and Ken make me sick. He treats me as if I'm some sort of juvenile delinquent, and you go on as if I'm a bubble-headed bimbo who can't even be trusted to cross the road without somebody holding her hand.
Whoa, whoa, steady on, darling. If anybody respects you, I do. Look, go and get changed, and we'll talk about it over dinner.
No, I'm sorry, I'm busy tonight.
Oh, tomorrow then?
Ditto. Now, if you don't mind, I'm in the middle of cooking the tea.
All right, if that's the way you want it. I'll call you sometime.
Do that.
Well, go on. You're dying to ask. I know she is.
How do you know?
'Cause I'm dying to ask myself, only I'm too polite.
Thanks very much. I had a very nice time.
Well?
And then I came home, which was also very nice. Did you say that was £2.50?
I don't think she wants to tell us.
I don't think she wants to tell us everything, maybe.
I've told you everything. I went to London, I had a nice time, I came home.
Well, did you see Phantom of the Opera? Come on, what did you do?
I shopped. By God, did I shop. I must have spent, whoa, what, £500,000. But But I see no point in begrudging yourself.
So you gave your imagination some healthy exercise?
I treated myself, though. I had afternoon tea at the poshest hotel in Park Lane.
Ooh.
Little sandwiches they bring you about as big as your thumbnail. Oh, and everything really hushed. Put me in mind of some funerals I've been to. Mind you, looking at the bill, it would have been about the same as paying for one. Oh, it was good, though.
Hey, you treated yourself. Thought you went with a queer fella.
Yes, we thought you went with him.
Yeah, well, he couldn't make it at the last minute, so I thought, so what? I'm having a weekend in London anyway.
You went on your own?
I'm all grown up now, Mavis. Taken a long time, but I'm finally getting there. Can cross the road on my own and everything now.
On your own?
Yes, Mavis, on my own.
I know you don't want my mum to have a boyfriend, but that doesn't mean that no one else can have one. You went mad at Graham for no reason.
Yeah, I was wrong. I'm sorry.
You're not really. You just want to get back in with me.
Is that so wrong? And I am sorry.
Well, because you want to get back in with me. So I can spy on my mum.
I don't want you to spy on him, Mum.
Yes, you do. Anyway, look, I've got to get to netball.
Look, Tracy, I'm not against you having a boyfriend. You're nearly grown up, and I'm not going to stand against the march of history. I'm not that stupid.
Well, what's wrong with Graham, then?
Nothing. He's a nice lad.
Just because you were jealous of my mum, you took it out on me and Graham.
But, Tracy, you must understand, I'm not happy when your mum goes to London with some sleazy crook.
She didn't go to London with some sleazy crook.
Well, opinions on his character may differ, but she went to London with him.
She didn't.
Tracy, she did.
She didn't. She went on her own. He didn't go. He called up. So she just went on her own.
Oh.
Yes, oh. Right, I'm going to netball now.
Do you like flowers, missus? These do you?
More flowers. Who is it this time?
Remember?
Marvellous how florists can get this sort of stuff coming up to Christmas, isn't it?
Forgive him?
If God will forgive you, I will, but I'm still waiting to hear from him.
Give a fella another chance.
Oh, well, I better put these in water. Why don't you come in?
Honest, there was stuff going on I just couldn't leave. But we'll do it another time, eh? Let's call last weekend a disappointment to both of us.
Wasn't a disappointment to me. I thought the lights were lovely. And it dawned on me I'd never been to Harrods. So I went and I treated myself. I went mad.
Oh, did you?
Well, you didn't think I was just going to sit around and mope because you couldn't make it, did you?
Well, I suppose I did, really.
Ha!
Well, I thought I was going to be the main attraction of the weekend. Never mind the lights, never mind Harrods. Oh, no. We're going to have to put this right, definitely.
Well, it'll have to be something a bit more exciting than a weekend in London, because I've already done that. I don't know why I let you in here.
Perhaps it just...
I hear your weekend was a bit of a disappointment.
Oh, do you?
Well, not quite what it might have been. Sorry if things aren't, Well, I hate to hear of you being let down, disappointed. Look, isn't it time that we could have a drink? Talk. You just talk like people who know each other. Well, I'll be in the Rovers tonight.
Yes, I probably will be myself.
Oh, right.
Oh, sorry, Sally. You're going to post to let her get all caught up. I shouldn't have asked you to take
Oh, it's
off.
all right. There's only Mr. Barlow been in. 2.48 change. Thanks,
Audrey, have you got any of that cheese with the stuff chopped in it?
Oh, no rest for the wicked, is there? I know what you mean.
Good. Right, well, I'll see you then.
No, it's not bad. I mean, it certainly brings home the difference between non-alcoholic and alcoholic drinks. It's all right, but you're not especially want another, would you?
Oh, excuse me.
Why have we got to have a drink in this place?
Just the one, that's all.
Well, if it keeps you happy.
Any sign of Alma?
No, well, it's the works do, isn't it, at Mike's place, Ivy was saying.
But he's not taking Alma, has he?
I don't know. I don't know that other halves are invited.
When you see my other half, tell him his chauffeur's gone on strike, he'll have to walk home.
Do I tell him where you're going?
Just let his imagination run wild. I'm going to see Alma. Excuse me.